today we're going to be talking about is cannabis or marijuana safer than prescription medicine. Medicine I'm going to be talking about, well, here's just an example of the medicines. Amphetamines, Adderall, methamphetamine, barbiturates, Fioricet, Tuinol, benzodiazepine, Xanax, Librium, Valium, Ativan, Versed, Cerax, Triazolam. Then you got your buprenorphine, Soma, uh, Klonopin, fentanyl, gabapentin, Marinol, Demerol, methadone, Ritalin, opiates, codeine, phenaphin, Tylenol with codeine, hydrocodone, Lortab, Norco, Vicodin, hydromorphone, Dilaudid, morphine, MS-Contin, oxycodone, Endocet, Percocets, Roxy's, Percodan, oxymorphone, Opana, Lyrica, pregabalin, tapentadol, Nucynta, antidepressants like Elavil, Endep, Aventil, and Tramadol like Ultram and Tramol. Now these are all prescription medicines. Now to wrap this up really quickly, cannabis is safer than everything on the list and everything that's not on the list. And this is the reason why, in short. Because everything on this list you can overdose on. Let's say you're a chronic pain or you have a chronic illness and the amount of medicine the doctor tells you to take is not working. If you take any more and you push it to the limit, before you know it, you're fertilizer. I mean, let's be real. Before we go any further, I'm going to have to take one hit. Yeah, yes. And also on the list that I mentioned, Marinol is on the list. Now, Marinol is synthetic THC. Basically, what they tried to do is make their own version of marijuana, of THC, and put it in a pill form. Now, the thing about Marinol is you can overdose on it. You can die. There are people who have died from Marinol. If you like, you could look it up for yourself. No one's died from cannabis. So even the pill version of marijuana, what they call Marinol, is more lethal than the natural version. So think about that. And another thing about cannabis that you gotta understand is not only can you not overdose on it, but the side effects from these other medicines are horrible. I've been with a pain management group for years. And what I can tell you about that is some of the medicine will cause you to be constipated, cause heart attack, stroke, sudden death the first time you take it. I mean, on the list is Adderall, you know. One of the things that my doctor can prescribe me is Adderall. Whether you like it or not, or whether you know, Adderall is methamphetamine. So all these people who are getting rated for meth, you know, they should just find them a pain specialist. You know, it doesn't make any sense. People can be prescribed methamphetamine, but they can't smoke a joint or smoke a little hash. No one's ever died from cannabis. No one's ever overdosed. And that perspective alone is safer than all the prescriptions, all the prescription drugs, peel, liquid, syrup, whatever you wanna, you know. Safer than caffeine and Tylenol. Tylenol can cause cirrhosis of the liver. A lot of these medicines kill your liver. So, yes, cannabis is safer than all prescription medicines that are in pill form. And when I'm talking about prescription medicine, I'm talking about the Babylon system medicine, the pills that are being prescribed by these doctors, and the liquid form of the pills, and whatever you want to call it. It's, it's all bad. They can all kill you. As a matter of fact, no one's ever died from cannabis. And that's the basis of this whole argument. Some of these medicines cause brain damage, internal bleeding, uh, shortness of breath, you know, shallow pulse rate, um, diarrhea, uncontrolled diarrhea. One, I went to the doctor because I get bronchitis every year when the weather changes. They prescribed me a medicine. I think it's called Biaxin. I'm not for sure, but it's an antibiotic. Now, one of the side effects is after a month after you've been taking this medicine, you'll still be having diarrhea. I mean, come on now. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that cannabis is safer than any pill form prescription medicine by that can be prescribed to you in the United States of America. Cannabis is safer than all of them. Now there's places for, some of this medicine. Don't get me wrong. For example, if you're having a surgery, of course, you're gonna need to take some kind of anesthesia. I'm not gonna tell you, hey, smoke and then let them chop you in half, because that shit's not gonna work. So there are places for some of this medicine that big pharma, has whipped up, but for the most part, you know, cannabis is still safer. Hashish is safer. Hash oil, properly made, safer. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit this one more time, then we're gonna get on up out of here. So, cannabis is and will always be safer than any medicine you can get from your doctor. Hell, it's safer than anything. If you find something safer, I challenge you to show me. Well, adios.